to this event in Oslo. First, I would like to make some update comments about last night. We did the first semi-final. It was a really true success. We are very happy with the way it turned out on the screens. We're very happy with the voting. It was a fair voting for the first time with 50-50, you know, with juries and televoting. I can tell you it was a close race between the last country to qualify and the first country to not qualify. Was a margin of only 3 points. So, tough luck for one country. The televoting went fine, except in one country where we did not reach our security level of incoming calls. Of course, we have a good backup system for this, so in that particular country, we went to 100% jury voting. This is not the first time, and probably will not be the last time either. But in order to avoid any kind of misuse of the televoting, we have a security level of a certain amount of calls, and if in one country we're below that, we do not use the televotes in that particular country. That was used in one. The level of production by NRK was excellent. They showed world class. It was 100% perfect lighting, 100% perfect sound, and 100% perfect picture. We're very, very pleased with that. I know there's been some reports about problems with pictures and problems with sound in some countries, but that is no problem from our side of the table. The picture that went from Norway was perfect. In some countries there might have been problems with, for instance, the synchronization between sound and picture, but that is something that needs to be done by each broadcaster themselves. But from here everything was fine. So we are very, very happy with the production so far. We had good rehearsals. We have had a lot of rehearsals, as you know. This is a unique thing with the Eurovision Song Contest, that we do get the chance to rehearse and rehearse and rehearse. Not only for the artist, but also for the team, and for the hosts and everyone involved, to get better and finally to perfection when it comes to broadcast. So this year has been an excellent year for us. I think all the delegations are pleased, some more than others, but hopefully when it comes to broadcast, everyone will be happy with the way things looked on the screens. So from the EBU, I'm very happy with the way our host broadcaster acted and prepared themselves for this. And by this, I will give the word to the executive producer, Jon Olav Sand.
Thank you, Svante. Thank you for your kind words. It was an exciting night last night. We are now preparing for the second semi-final. It looks great in there. I suppose some of you have been in there and had a sneak peek. And we hope that we can deliver, or we are actually sure that we can deliver an excellent show on Thursday, improving to an even better final on the 29th. We have a good and sustainable organization here at Telenor Arena that can cope with a lot more, and I hope you're all satisfied with what we can provide, so we can continue this week with both joy and excitement. And I'll be happy to answer any question later on regarding what's going on right now and other topics that you might want to address directly to the host broadcaster. Thank you.
Thank you, Jon Olav. I would like to now show you some of the new elements this year. As you know, we need to make this 55-year-old lady to be modern every year. It must feel fresh, it must be updated, and I believe personally that the day when we lean back and say, now everything is fine, we can relax, that's when we're in trouble. If we want this lady to stay for another 55 years, we need to make it look good and look modern, and that's why we try to improve the rules, the format, every year. And I will now present you the news of this year. You know some of them, but let me just quickly go through them. First of all, I think you can even see them on the screens. We have 39 countries participating this year, A new one from last year is Georgia, who's back, and we're very happy about that. There's a lot of talk about the crisis. Yes, we're also affected by the crisis. 4 of the countries that we saw in Moscow are not with us this year, and all 4 of them explain this by budget cuts. Hopefully, life will be better for all of us for next year, and they will be back. We're not only showing this in the 39 participating countries, we're also showing the Eurovision Song Contest 2010 in Australia, New Zealand, Kazakhstan, Hungary, Montenegro and Kosovo. As you know, this is the 3rd time that we visit Norway. 3 is also the number of the hosts. We have, as you saw last night, a special voting host, Nadia, and that works very good to have one host concentrating especially on the difficult field of the voting. As you know, one new thing from last year is that we now implemented the 50-50 voting in all 3 shows. So there is no jury wildcard or anything, it's the same method in all 3 shows. 50% from expert jurors and 50% from the televoters. And as you know, these 5 jury members in each country must be musical professionals. They must be used to judge music, and they could work as artists, songwriters, record company persons, producers at TV or radio. But they must all be used to work with music. And we have a pretty good bunch of jury members. We have a couple of former artists that's been here. We even have one former winner, and who that is we will reveal on Friday for you. You also know that we extended the voting window, so now everyone can pick up their phones and call in when they hear the song. They don't have to wait until after the last song. And some might say this is very unfair, because the first song will then have more time to get the points in. We did, of course, a lot of research before we implemented this rule, and all our experience shows that that is not the case. Each song do have its moments of voting. People vote when they hear the song, and they still vote a lot during the recaps. And I think yesterday was a good example. Yes, number 1 and number 2 made it to the final, but so did the last and the second last song. So this shows that our expectations were right. It is not a total advantage to be among the first songs. As you saw, we also implemented televoting information during the last 25 seconds of the songs in order to help the viewers to be reminded about the numbers they are going to call in. We also made some countdown shows this year to promote the event. This is 3-part programming about gossip of the show, presentation of the artists, and also of the hosting country. This year the countdown shows were produced by NRK, and it was hosted by Ian Wright. And for those of you who might not have seen it, I would like to show you 2 minutes of one of the programs.